Thank you. I started in the Foreign Service before most of Zimbabwe's population was born. It was a different world. President Reagan was president of the United States. President Mugabe was a brand new president of Zimbabwe. We didn't have internet or cell phones or any of those things, and I just marvel at how our lives have changed since I joined what I consider the finest diplomatic corps in the world, the Foreign Service of the United States of America. But one of the most important things for me is that I've lived in Zimbabwe twice, 1989 to 92, and again 2016 and 2018. So after the United States, this is the place I've lived the most in my life, and I've learned so much, gained so much humility from the opportunity to live with Zimbabweans. Well, I am amazed and pleased at the changes. For the opposition, your job is to oppose and do that nonviolence, through nonviolent means, and to run a clean and clear campaign that will gain you votes from your own people. To the government of Zimbabwe, we're very pleased that monitors and observers from the international community, including the United States, will be here, that the deduplication efforts are going on, that we have a new, very intelligent, upstanding member, head of ZEC. We look forward to the elections, which will be free, fair, and credible. So as we go ahead, we're in a technological age. Everything is going to move this way. And to develop controls, cyber controls, prevention of hacking that will allow for this technology to be used as it was supposed to is a major challenge for the government of Zimbabwe, the government of the United States. So you have to keep working at it, but going back to the past, inefficient, that's not going to work. President Trump, like President Obama and President Bush before him, is required to renew sanctions each year, and that's what happened. And they were not new sanctions, they were sanctions that we already had. And I'm sure you know that at the end of the Obama administration, over 30 individuals were removed from the sanctions list, as well as 5 of your most critical banks. So we're always open to banks, parastatals, coming to us with their books to ask for removal from sanctions. And as we always say, it's conflated with Zadera. Zadera we've never utilized. That would be up to our government should Zimbabwe pay off its arrears. But let's go forward. Zimbabwe has free and fair, credible elections, reforms its economy. That's the time to talk to the United States government as well as the international community about removal of sanctions and the way forward. But what's been the biggest challenge is corruption, mismanagement of the economy, crony nepotism. That is, and not sanctions, is what led to the deprivations. But you know what? Zimbabweans and Americans can disagree about that. But going forward, you have simple but hard challenges in reforming the economy. So it's up to Zimbabwean people. Do they want to be mirror the Asian tigers or the Shumbas, the African lions? We were encouraged. President Mnangagwa went to Rwanda this week, met with other presidents of Africa, leaders, focused on economics. He will be leaving for Abidjan next week for the CEO summit. He went to Davos, first time Zimbabweans were perhaps ever there. So he's focused on the economy, and we're focused on that also, while we also look at democracy. So going forward, if everyone keeps to their promises, the future will be bright. It doesn't matter to the United States whether Zanu-PF or one of the many opposition parties win. What matters is if the elections are free, fair, and credible. And if those elections are free, fair, and credible, I'm sure you'll see our government, which I will no longer be part of, engaging along with the international community with Zimbabwe on many ways to go forward. Indigenization bill, I think, is a first step forward. Property rights would be another step. I think that was when you will get American investors in large numbers. But remember, Pepsi-Cola opened a few months ago. Pizza Hut just opened in January. Mr. McGuire cut the ribbon for that. General Electric has been here several times in the last few weeks. We'll see many trade delegations from America coming in this year. So yeah, I think that Zimbabwe Open for Business is a great slogan. Now let's implement.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.